Hello there, fifth graders. Welcome to your next math lesson. Go ahead, turn to your next available page, and at the top of that page, write the title of today's lesson, which is Convert Customary Units of Capacity. So remember that when we're converting, it means we're going from one unit to a different unit. So we're either going from a smaller unit to a larger unit or a larger unit to a smaller unit. Customary, the customary system is the primary system of measurement used in the United States. And capacity is, when you're measuring capacity, you're measuring how much a container can hold. Now let's recall what the customary measurements of capacity are. First of all, there's 8 fluid ounces. 8 fluid ounces equals 1 cup. 2 cups equals 1 pint. 2 pints equals 1 quart. And lastly, 4 quarts equals 1 gallon. Okay, as long as you know all of these measurements, and as long as you know that when you're going from a larger unit to a smaller unit, you multiply, and when you're going from a smaller unit to a larger unit, you divide, and that you always multiply or divide by the amount of the smaller unit that can fit into one of the larger unit, you'll do fine on today's lesson. Let's do an example together. Let's say we have 5 cups, and we want to find out how many fluid ounces that is. Okay, so we're going from cups to fluid ounces. Cups are bigger than fluid ounces, so we're going from a larger unit to a smaller unit, from cups to fluid ounces, so we multiply. So it's going to be 5, that's our starting number, 5 times the amount of the smaller unit that can fit into one of the larger unit. And there's 8 fluid ounces in 1 cup, so we multiply 5 times 8, and that is 40. So 5 cups equals 40 fluid ounces. Let's do another example. Let's say we have 19 quarts. Now, sometimes instead of just filling up one blank, a worksheet or a test might ask you to fill up 2. Like in this situation, it says 19 quarts, how many gallons and quarts is that? The reason there's 2 blanks is because if you change 19 quarts into gallons, after changing it all into gallons, there's still some quarts left over. So we're going from quarts to gallons. Quarts are smaller than gallons, so we're going from a smaller unit, quarts, to a larger unit, gallons. So we divide. So it's going to be 19 divided by the amount of the smaller unit that can fit into one of the larger unit. And since there's 4 quarts in 1 gallon, we divide 19 by 4. Now you probably want to set that up as a long division problem. 19 divided by 4, and 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 5 is 20. That's too big, so we go back to 4 times 4, which means 4 can fit into 19 4 times. Now 4 times 4 is 16. 19 minus 16 is 3. So what this means is, if we have 19 quarts, we can get 4 gallons out of those quarts with 3 quarts left over. So 19 quarts is 4 gallons and 3 quarts. Now, let me show you a picture of that just to make sure you understand this. So I'm going to draw a circle for each of those 19 gallons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Now, each one of these 4 quarts is 1 gallon. So this is 1 gallon because it's 1, 2, 3, 4 quarts. This is 1 gallon. This is 1 gallon. And this is 1 gallon. And look, when we change 19 quarts into gallons, we get 1, 2, 3, 4 gallons, hence the 4, but there's 3 quarts left over. So that's why it's 4 gallons, 3 quarts. Now you could also write this answer in just gallons, but then you'll have a mixed number. So if it asked for the answer in just gallons, but not quarts, we can do that too. When it asks for just one blank and it's only the larger unit that they want in the answer, if there's a remainder, you write that remainder as a fraction. So whatever your remainder is, that's the numerator, and your divisor is the denominator. So we have 4 3/4 of a gallon, 4 gallons and 3/4 of a gallon, 4 3/4 gallons. So you can write it this way, 4 3/4 gallons, or you can say 4 gallons, 3 quarts. They both mean the same thing. Okay, let's say we have 50 cups, and we want to find out how many pints that is. So the first thing we have to do is ask, are we going from a larger unit to a smaller unit, or a smaller unit to a larger unit? We're going from cups to pints. Cups are smaller than pints, so we're going from a smaller unit to a larger unit, from cups to pints. Smaller to larger, so we divide. So it's going to be 50 divided by the amount of cups that can fit into 1 pint, which is 2. 50 divided by 2. Now you could set this up as a long division problem, 50 divided by 2, or you probably know that it's just like quarters, since 50 cents is 2 quarters and each quarter is 25 cents. 25 times 25 is 50, so 50 divided by 2 equals 25. So 50 cups equals 25 pints. Let's do a couple more examples together before I give you some independent practice. Let's say we have 7 cups and we want to know how many pints that is. Oops. 7 cups. We're converting from cups to pints. So what's bigger, cups or pints? Well, there's 2 cups in every pint, so that means cups are smaller. So we're going from a smaller unit to a larger unit, so we divide. So it's 7 divided by the amount of cups that can fit into 1 pint, and that's 2. And we'd write this as a long division problem, 7 divided by 2. 2 can fit into 7 3 times. 3 times 2 is 6. 7 minus 6 is 1. Now, notice there's a remainder, but there's only 1 blank. If they had 2 blanks, then the answer would be 3 pints with 1 cup left over. But since they want the entire answer in pints, that's when we know to write the remainder as a fraction. The remainder is the numerator, the divisor is the denominator, so it's 3 1/2. I'm going to turn this paper over so I have a little more room, and I'll do a couple more examples with you. Oh, one more thing. We could also write 3 1/2 as, you could also write it as 3.5. Okay, and if you get the fraction 1/2 and you don't see that as one of the answer choices, maybe you'll see this as one of the answer choices instead, because 3.5 or 3 5/10 means the same thing as 3 1/2, since 5 is half of 10. Okay. Let's do another example together. Okay, let's see here. Let's say we have 19 cups, and we want to know how many fluid ounces that is. So we're going from cups to fluid ounces. Cups are bigger than fluid ounces. Fluid ounces are smaller than cups. So we're going from a larger unit to a smaller unit, so we multiply. So it's going to be 19 times the amount of fluid ounces that can fit into 1 cup, which is 8. So 19 times 8. 8 times 9 is 72. Carry the 7. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 7 is 15. So 9 cups is 152 fluid ounces. We'll do one more together, and then I'll give you some independent work. Let's say we have 25 gallons, and we want to know how many quarts that is. We're going from gallons to quarts. Gallons are bigger than quarts, so we're going from a larger unit to a smaller unit, so we multiply. So it's going to be 25 times the amount of quarts that can fit into 1 gallon, which is 4. 25 times 4. Now you could set this problem up the same way that we set this one up, like this, 25 times 4. Or perhaps you already know that 25 times 4 equals 100. 25, 50, 75, 100. So that's the answer. So 25 gallons equals 100 quarts. Okay, I'm going to give you some independent practice now. I want you to do, let's see, do 25 gallons. Oh, we just did that one together. Do 68 pints. Figure out how many gallons that is. Okay. No, actually, that's too hard because I didn't do one with you. Do 68. Here, I'm going to scratch this out. I'm sorry. Do 68 quarts to gallons. 68 quarts. Find out how many gallons it is. And also do 32 gallons. Find out how many quarts it is. So this one, you're going from quarts to gallons. This one, you're going from gallons to quarts. Go ahead and solve those independently, and then click on the video attached under this one to see if you did it correctly. And I will see you there.